Yourselves.
Yeah.
Let them know what's going on to the
What's
public.
good, man? The Sargonites in the building. This is Outcome.
What's up, fellas?
Good, good.
What's going on with y'all? Thanks for having us. That's
No doubt, no doubt.
How y'all feeling? Ladies, of course.
Happy.
Good.
I'm hearing.
I feel great. I had a great day.
It was 5 times as great today.
Definitely was.
That's what's up.
So, fellas, what's going on with y'all, man? Let the people know what's going on with you, what y'all doing with y'all music, man. You know, because we're gonna play a couple of tracks, let them get a feel for what y'all out there spitting.
Definitely, man.
I don't know where you're from, you know.
Oh, for sure, man. Well, we from right here, man. Hometown, BX.
Yeah, BX to the building.
Right?
You know what I mean? We right off Beach Street, Mount Hope. You know, definitely. And we go by the Sargonites. We've been doing this for 20 years. My blood brother, you know, Outcome. You know, come from the same parents, and basically
my
we
blood
just
sister right there.
Alright.
and we just basically, you know, got the torch passed to us by our father. To be honest with you, you know, because my father is, you know, he fought for the revolutionary, political in the Dominican Republic, political revolution, and in 1965, and you know, he took part in that to liberate his country. And basically pass the torch to us now to do the same for us here. You know, as far as informing our people and trying to help our community, you know what I mean, and take what we've learned and apply that, you know, in a positive outlook.
Beautiful thing.
So that's basically what we're trying to do right now.
Give it up for the war veterans.
Definitely, man.
So you guys are, you know, what we consider, you know, hip hop, you know, students of the game, and you know, y'all growing up listening to hip hop and other music to get your creative juices flowing and to put together y'all kind of music that y'all want to put out there for the people. So, you know, you have any people that inspired you to make the kind of music that you're making, you know, as far as either artists in general or just the state of hip hop? What inspired you guys to want to get into hip hop and to begin with?
Well, hip hop is pretty much like, it's been a part of it since day one. I mean, I remember back in the days, like, you know, T-La Rock used to be going up down our block. I mean, that's old school right there. You know, we had, like, you know, my brother used to know, my older brother, other than him, we have another brother, but he used to know a lot of cats, you know. He actually introduced me to Craig G back in the days.
No doubt.
You know, and originally it was just a part of us, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
it was just inspired.
Yeah, I mean, you had so many people in our family. You had the grappers, you had the DJs, you had the breakers, you know what I mean? And that's what we fell into. We started breaking, you know what I mean? Following the older crews, you know what I mean? So, and then we just elevated to the MCing. But you got MCs like Rakim, like we was talking earlier. You know, KRS-One is on my iPod, you know what I mean? That's all pretty much I listen to, you know what I mean? And I don't listen to nothing new. I'm sorry. I'm disconnected, you know what I mean?
We was just having that conversation. I don't listen to nothing.
I'll give some a chance. Yeah, I told you. I also said there's some hot shit out there, but not by everybody. Not like it used to be.
I was feeling what you were saying earlier about everybody sounding alike and shit. So I tend to listen to dudes that sound different. Like Kanye West sounds different. People are trying to sound like him. You know what I mean? Who's that dude? I like Lupe Fiasco. He got this song out right now that got like a rock background to it. I'm really feeling it. You know, I like
different isn't bad as long as it's creative, different.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's original. Yeah,
that's what the whole concept
talk about. Do the Superman, Soldier Boy, whatever the fuck that shit.
Basically, that's where we get our inspiration from. You know, all the old school heads, that's what I mean. We in our mid-30s, man. We ain't, you know, we just baby face, bro. We ain't that young. You know, we've been around the block a couple times, and you know, definitely that's the environment that we always keep ourselves in. Like I said, that's all I listen to.
You got a long hip hop resume. You know what I'm saying?
So you feel like you're gonna be doing this for as long as you're on this earth?
You know what? Music is power. You know, and that we totally got. And it's a platform that we have right now that if we don't use it, we're stupid. You know, and this is a perfect way to actually reach a lot of people. The industry's been doing it for years, and actually they're very successful at what they're doing at desensitizing the youth right now. You know, so it's a double-edged sword. So the answer to the question is, of course, as long as music is there, we're gonna be there.
Yeah, definitely, man. You know, and then one thing I feel is like the music keeps us young. You know, because it keeps you motivated, it keeps you moving, it keeps you, you know what I mean, jumping from this spot to this spot, constantly, you know, reinventing yourself. So it keeps you fresh, you know. And so hip hop to me is like we were discussing earlier, like there's that line between you have your rappers, you know what I mean, and then you have your MCs. You know what I mean? Exactly. So that's where I stand. I take the stance of an MC because to me this is a lifestyle. I'm not up here rapping. I'm not up here, you know, just putting words together and you know what I mean, making it sound real fresh. You know, but that's not what I'm doing. I'm actually trying to enlighten you, touch your chakra points, heighten your, you know what I mean, your frequency, and take you to on that next level. And I can't do it on that industry sound. I got to do it with my sound, and that's what we came up with. You know, we started out in the Ville battling off the top, freestyling with dudes. And that's how we honed our style.
That's it.
Let me ask y'all, because it's an interesting name. What does the Sargonites mean?
Very good question.
Word up. And the Sargonites come from the first Sumerian king, King Sargon, which in Hebrew is Nimrod, who was a warrior god. And I mean, me and my brother, being that me and him feel we warriors, not only of God, but you know, me of ourselves and in our essence of who we are and where we come from, our DNA. You know what I mean? We all warriors in here, and that's how I feel like that. So I'm a descendant of this king. You know what I mean?
And that was the Mesopotamian era where there was a lot of great kings. There was warrior kings, like real
kings. Word up.
What they stood for.
And we understand too that it has this double-edged sword because, of course, like we preach about the Illuminati. We preach about, you know, the Freemasons and the whole conspiracies and everything that's going on in the government. That's really, you know what I mean? And that's what we mainly be on.
A lot of people don't know about that.
And it ain't a gimmick. That's another thing that I'm starting to see a lot of dudes out there. You know what I mean? Jumping on the bandwagon. We've been doing this for 20 years, man, and you can't say that. You know, so dudes got to get off that whole, you know what I mean? Because we trying to bring everything back. That's why we rock camels half the time. Who you see rocking camels? Nobody rock camels no more. What happened to camels, man? Everybody threw away their camel gear. But we had war.
Now they're wearing the tights.
Bandjacks.
And looking like a bag of Skittles. Like, come on.
Baggy
Niggas are playing with water paint.
Showing your nasty ass.
So yo, we got two songs. Which song y'all want to get into first?
Oh, you already know. We got to go into our anthem. This is off the Sons of the Suns mixtape that you can find on TheTakeoverRecords.com. Global announcement, man, because that's exactly what the song is. It's a global announcement to let the people know that we got to take charge. We got to stand up, hold our own communities, because without it, we're going to fall, we're going to collapse. If we don't organize, we're going to destroy us. So we have to come together, and that's what this song is about, taking on, standing for the revolution. Yeah, that's what's up.
Global announcement, so I hope y'all already heard that and know to pay attention to Shake the Round Show. Y'all need to be paying attention just in general. But we're going to get into global announcement.
I do.